Hello everyone, this is Desi, and in this video I'm going to show you our new closeout methods for jobs. So this is when you're completing them, generating the affidavit and all that good stuff. So the first thing we're going to do is go to jobs. And then for my video today, I am going to close out 3 jobs: an individual service, substitute residential, and the last is going to be corporate. So that way you can see how each one works out. So let's start with our individual service. So let's go ahead and edit this job. So right here you have your party to be served, and let's say that you gave the documents to that person. So individual personal service to that person. So right up here on the top right hand corner where it says service information, we're going to go ahead and click add. So the very first question was, who was the server? So if the server that is currently on the job was the one who served the documents, then you just leave it alone and click continue. Otherwise, if it was a different server, you can go ahead and click change server, type in their name, and as they come up, then click accept, and that will change the server. Okay. Now, for this example, I'm just going to go ahead and click continue. Now, who was served? So in this case, it's like, who did you give the documents to? Was it the party to be served individually? Was it someone else? Or was it a non-serve? So in this example, we're doing individual service. So it's going to be Carlos Ortiz. Click continue. And then from here, it's going to say, how were the papers served? So we're going to go ahead and do a date and time of service. The type of service is going to be individual personal. There it is. And then you have the ability to indicate whether it's in the military or married. That depends on, whether you have to display that information on the proof of service affidavit or not. And then it would ask if I want to add the description of the person served. So if you say yes, you're going to go ahead and fill this out. If you say no, then it goes away. So for this example, let's just say yes. And then, all right. And then we're going to click continue. Now you get to review and save pretty much the information that you just filled out. Hit save on that. And then you're done filling out your service information. So from here, if you have any more comments to add to the job, you can go ahead and do that. If you don't have anything else to add, just hit save. And this is now going to take you to the invoice window so that you can verify that you are charging your client properly. In my case, I am. I'm going to hit save again. And then my last step is what do I want to do with the affidavit? Do I want to print the hard copy? Or do I want to just attach a PDF, which means it gets attached to the job itself under attachments? I don't really want to, let's just do hard copy here just so that you can see what happens. So I'm going to do attach PDF and I'm going to do Q hard copy. So when I say yes, with those check boxes, under service information, under attachment, there's my affidavit, there's my invoice. And then right up here on the printer, when you click on that, and I print my Q, it's going to generate that one affidavit. So here's the one affidavit and the invoice. And that field sheet was from it was actually from this job when I entered it, but yeah. So now let me cancel on this because I'm not actually going to print it, but that's how you would print the affidavit and invoice if you want a paper copy. So I am done with this job. This job is completed. So for my next job is going to be the substitute residential. So let's go into that job. Okay. So same thing. We're just going to click add service information up here and follow the steps. So here's the server. So let's say it was a different server. Let's change the server. Say it was a different server that served it. Now let's click continue. Now who was served? So in this case, because we're doing substitute residential, that means that I served someone else other than Helena. So I did not give the documents to Helena. I gave it to someone that lived with her. So I'm going to do someone else. And then Let's do her husband. Now, if it was served at the same address, you can just click on the address field and it'll show up. If it was a different address, then you can just type it out. Now I'm going to hit continue. How were the papers served? So we're going to do day and time of service. Type of service was substitute residential. Same thing, military, married, that is optional. And then would you like to do the recipient descriptions? In this case, let's say no. So I can just close that, hit continue, review the information I just entered, hit save. Now here's my actual service info. Substitute residential, Jeffrey Welsh. That's the husband. And then if you click on it, you can see how it's like filled out. You know? If you need to add any comments, you may do so. If you're pretty much just finished after that, just hit save. It's going to take us to the invoice again. Everything looks good. Hit save on that. And lastly, the pop-up window. So just like I said before, if you want to print the hard copy, you want to check these boxes. If you just want to attach it to the job, then you just leave these clicked. So I'm going to say yes on this. And we're done with the substitute residential. So the last one is going to be the corporate serve. So let's look for a corporate paper. This one should work. Alrighty. So let's add our service information here. Let's keep our server. So who was served? So for businesses, it's always going to be someone else, because even though you are serving the company, you always give the documents. When you serve them, you always give the documents to someone on behalf of the company, unless obviously it's a non-serve. So we're just going to do someone else. And then let's say that we served the registered agent. And let's say it was at the same address. And I'll go ahead and hit continue on that. Day and time of service. Corporate registered agent. I'm not going to fill out the recipient description just to make this a little bit quicker, and then hit continue. There's my information. Hit save. There's added. And I can hit save at the bottom. Everything looks good on my invoice. Hit save. And that's it. So those are the steps. That is how you complete a job with a service information. You generate the affidavit with our new feature. It should be a lot easier to close it out moving forward. So if you guys have any questions regarding this feature or regarding the steps, please give us a call. Support is here to help you. And as always, have a happy PST day.